In the labyrinthine world of Death Note, where intellects collide and ethical lines blur, Nier emerges as a character of profound enigma and strategic brilliance. To truly understand Nier, we must delve into the psychological frameworks that shape him, beginning with the Enneagram, a model of the human psyche that identifies 9 personality types. Nier aligns most closely with Enneagram Type 5, the investigator. Type 5s are driven by a core desire to understand the world from a safe distance, seeking knowledge as their primary means of security. For Nier, this manifests in his meticulous attention to detail and his ability to maintain emotional detachment, hallmarks of the investigator's quest for mastery over their environment. In the broader narrative of Death Note, Nier's role is not merely to solve the puzzle left by his predecessor, L, but to do so with a precision that almost seems clinical. Yet, beneath this intellect lies Nier's core fear, being overwhelmed by the chaos of life. This fear fuels his need for control and his preference for working behind the scenes, away from the tumult of direct confrontation. It's not just about winning the game, it's about understanding every piece of the puzzle before making a move. Nier's reserved demeanor and calculated strategies are expressions of this underlying fear, reflecting the investigator's desire to conserve resources, both emotional and intellectual. In the ecosystem of Death Note, Nier serves as the hero archetype, albeit not in the traditional sense. His heroism is subtle, often overlooked, and defined by his commitment to justice through cerebral means rather than brute force or charisma. The Death Note itself acts as the trickster, constantly challenging Nier's resolve and intellect, changing the rules and forcing him to adapt. The interplay between Nier and his environment reveals much about his shadow. In Jungian psychology, the shadow represents the unconscious, repressed parts of self. For Nier, the shadow could be seen in moments where his detachment borders on coldness, where his pursuit of knowledge overrides empathy and connection with others. This disconnection can be both a strength and a flaw, highlighting the tension between his intellect and emotional inaccessibility. As the narrative unfolds, Nier's interactions with other characters, such as Mello, contribute to a complex dynamic that further illuminates his psychological profile. Mello, embodying more of the challenger archetype, contrasts sharply with Nier's investigator tendencies. Their relationship is one of rivalry born from a shared history and common goal, yet diverging paths. This tension is not just a narrative device, but a reflection of inner conflicts and differing approaches to the same problem. Here we see the full spectrum of Nier's Enneagram wings and subtypes at play, particularly the wing toward Type 6, the loyalist. This aspect of Nier's personality amplifies his need for security and skepticism, often manifesting as a cautious approach to new information and alliances. Unlike Mello's impulsive nature, Nier's calculated methods underscore a deeper existential question about the nature of trust and reliability in a world dominated by uncertainty and deception. The stress points in Nier's personality emerge when his controlled environment is threatened or when his methods are challenged by unpredictable human elements. At these moments, the investigator's shadow may surface, revealing a potential for stubbornness or withdrawal into isolation. Yet, the path of integration for a Type 5 involves embracing these vulnerabilities, allowing Nier to step beyond his solitary investigations towards a more interconnected existence with others. Amidst the cerebral chess game of Death Note, Nier stands as an embodiment of intellect over emotion, logic over impulse. But what does this say about us as viewers? Why are we drawn to his methodical approach? Perhaps it speaks to a universal quest for understanding, a desire to uncover life's mysteries from a place of safety and observation rather than immersion. In watching Nier, we see reflections of our own desires for mastery and the fear of chaos that might lurk behind our carefully constructed facades. As we journey through Nier's story, let us pause and reflect on our own lives. Do we, like Nier, find solace in knowledge and distance? Or do we yearn to break free from our self-imposed boundaries? Are we driven by a need to control, or can we embrace the unpredictability of life and grow through connection? These are the questions that Nier's character poses to us, inviting introspection and self-discovery. In the complex web of Death Note's narrative, Nier's psychological depths offer a mirror for our own introspections. Through the lens of the Enneagram, we see how one's core motivations and fears shape their interactions with the world, providing a roadmap for personal growth and understanding. As we close this exploration, let us carry forward the insights gleaned from Near's journey, applying them to our own roads as we seek to balance knowledge with human connection, intellect with empathy. Near, for all his brilliance, exists not only as a foil to his predecessor, L, but as a unique entity in his own right. A puzzle piece that fits seamlessly yet distinctively into the grander narrative tapestry of Death Note. His particular brand of stoicism cloaks a mind that is ceaselessly active, processing, and calculating. Unlike L, who often teetered on the edge of eccentricity, Near embodies a more understated approach, his demeanor calm, almost robotic, which can be both disarming and unsettling. This nuanced portrayal invites us to explore how an Enneagram Type 5 could manifest in such a high-stakes environment. When faced with the chaos wrought by Kira, Near's reliance on intellectual prowess becomes both his shield and his sword. The world of Death Note is one where the slightest misstep can mean doom, and for Near, each movement of his mind must be as deliberate as the careful placement of a chess piece. Yet, within this calculated existence lies the underlying tension of fives everywhere, the fear that their reservoirs of knowledge are never enough, that the unpredictability of human nature might outpace even the most well-laid plans. Near's confrontation with Mello offers a poignant exploration of this dynamic. Mello, representing a more emotionally driven, aggressive approach to solving the Kira case, serves as a living embodiment of the chaos Near so methodically seeks to control. Their interactions highlight the tension between Near's need for intellectual dominance and the necessity of embracing emotional intelligence. Here, Near's shadow side, the potential for cold detachment, threatens to obscure the empathetic connections that could strengthen his resolve. Yet, through these trials, Near's journey towards integration slowly unfolds. The Enneagram teaches us that for a Type 5, growth comes from moving towards the healthy aspects of Type 8, embracing assertiveness, leadership, and action. We witness this subtly as Near begins to rely on others, drawing upon their strengths rather than solely his own intellect. His eventual success in capturing Kira is not just a triumph of logic, but a testament to his ability to synthesize information and human insight. Reflecting on Near's character arc allows us to consider the broader implications of his path. In a world often overwhelmed by information and noise, his story resonates as a meditation on the balance between intellectual pursuit and human connection. Are we, like Near, too enmeshed in our cerebral pursuits, neglecting the relational ties that ultimately anchor us? Or can we, inspired by his journey, strive for a synthesis of mind and heart, intellect and empathy? The beauty of Near's role within Death Note lies in its ability to challenge us as viewers to introspect about the very nature of knowledge and power. In a society that increasingly values data and information, Near's struggles mirror our own collective grappling with the role of intellect versus emotion. His character serves as both a cautionary tale and a source of inspiration, reminding us that while knowledge is indeed powerful, it is only through the integration of human connection that we can truly achieve balance and growth. As the narrative of Death Note reaches its conclusion and the dust settles, Near's presence lingers as a testament to the strength found in vulnerability and the courage required to step beyond one's comfort zone. His journey from isolation to interconnectedness offers valuable lessons on the importance of embracing uncertainty and the potential for growth that lies within. This narrative not only enriches our understanding of Near, but also offers a mirror to our own lives, inviting us to cultivate a life where knowledge and empathy coexist harmoniously. In the end, Near's story is one of profound transformation, illuminating the path from solitude to connection, from fear to understanding. It calls us to examine our own motivations, fears, and desires, challenging us to reflect on the ways we interact with the world and the stories we tell ourselves. Through Near, we are reminded that true wisdom lies not just in what we know, but in how we engage with others, how we integrate that knowledge into action, and how we choose to navigate the complexities of life.